right, welcome back to Bayou Tom. Conversation over the last couple of callers has kind of turned to the copper theft that's been going on and the scrapping that's been going on in the area. Obviously, unfortunately, somebody died doing that, although it appears that it was in an illegal activity, although it's only alleged. Nobody has been convicted of anything at this point in time, so don't want to get into the facts of that case. But if you want to call, because this was kind of predicated upon a caller calling in regarding a story that's been run by several local New Orleans media stations regarding energy reporting that individuals started to see thefts of air conditions residentially because people were stealing the copper. So if you would like to comment on the situation, the last caller, kind of said, look, the way that we can sort of maybe get a handle on this problem is to regulate the scrapping industry. In other words, in order to bring something and scrap it, you have to get a license to do it. So that way everybody would know what everybody's scrapping, and you could log, what this particular person is bringing in. I don't know. It's just one suggestion that the previous caller had mentioned. If you agree with it or disagree with it, feel free to do it. I know a lot of people, do it for extra money just to make ends meet. And some people, do it honestly and aren't stealing things. But unfortunately, sometimes the whole has to suffer for a few bad people. So let's go down to the next caller. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Hello?
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yeah, this is Lloyd Freeman.
Hi, Lloyd.
How you doing?
Okay.
Hey,
yeah.
Jason, you can tell the viewers if they get a good neighborhood watch started, they don't have to worry about having any copper stolen from them.
Okay. Good neighborhood watch program. Yeah, I know you're involved in one. Y'all not having that in your neighborhood?
No, we don't. We haven't had any problems, but the Kansas and Hughes shipyard has had problems with the copper being stolen, but they caught the one that was stealing it.
Okay. All right. And it was mostly copper, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess as long as the price of copper stays up, unfortunately, businesses are going to have to keep a close eye on what walks out of their yard.
Yeah, you need to come back and visit one of our meetings, too.
Well, all I need to do is be invited.
You're being invited right now.
It's probably been, I guess, about a year since the last time I went to the meeting.
The 1 in 3 months from now will be an evening meeting, so you can come to that one.
Okay. All right. Well, all you have to do is call the DA's office, and we'll probably make sure somebody goes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Catch you later.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. So, Lloyd mentions, of course, he kind of runs a neighborhood watch meeting there around the East Park area. And, he's mentioning that, a way to go ahead and it kind of get a handle on it once again and to cut some of this down is to have a good neighborhood watch program. In other words, it's good to be a good neighbor and report when you see something going on that's not right. Like the previous gentleman called, he just had some stuff underneath his front porch and somebody walked up and came and took it. So I guess maybe if you were involved in a neighborhood watch, somebody might have been able to pinpoint what was going on, maybe if they saw a car that, typically is not in the area. Of course, it would also depend upon what kind of neighborhood you live in, as to if you have close neighbors and things of that sort. But that's another way that maybe we can try to help solve the problem. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. You're on the air.
Good evening, Jason.
Hi.
I want to first say that if you have a copper dealer
Mm-hmm.
that accepts copper coming into his site, as long as he can identify by description what's being brought in, who brought it in, whether they can show a driver's license for identification, there's not much difference between anybody coming in and somebody with a license that's willing to unscrupulously deal with somebody else. So I think that if police departments can go on these sites and they can investigate and they can use the logs to identify who's bringing in what, I don't think people need to have a license to do that. So it's sort of self-defeating when you have people with a license that are unscrupulous and they're dealing with, thieves. So 6 one way, a half a dozen the other one on that account, I guess.
All right, I see your point.
The other thing I wanted to ask
because
you,
they can go to a local scrapyard, and at least based upon what I've seen in the past, and they can pull somebody's name and see exactly what they brought in or how much they were given for the items they brought.
I hope so, because that would certainly help the police investigation.
Yeah, and they use it. They use it often. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Hello, Jason.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, how that new baby girl doing?
She's doing just well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I know you spoiling it. I know Papa and Mama spoiling.
Yeah, we all spoiling her.
Yeah, you're right. Jason, talk about scrap stuff. I go to the scrap yard. I sell scrap stuff sometimes.
All right.
They do check your driver's license.
Okay.
And they take your license number on your vehicle down. They write all that down.
All right.
And, you got your name and everything. They know what you bring in and everything. But what I see going on there, Jason, I see people roll in there with some rolls of copper wire by 2 inch, by 2 inch wire, brand new wire. And I asked one guy, I said, look, it's none of my business. I said, he had a whole bunch of big rolls in his truck. I said, man, where you get that at, man? He said, oh, they give me that on the job at the yard. I said, come on, man. I said, I don't want to call you a liar, but I don't think you know yard going to give you that for scrap. You know what kind of money you talking about? They're giving away right there. They got a lot, the stuff I see at the scrap yard, Jason, brand new copper tube and brand new wire. You know that's stolen.
Okay.
It's got to be stolen. Ain't nobody going to throw stuff like that away, bro.
Well, and we were just talking through the break, the staff and HTV and ourselves. We all know people who just for extra money to make ends meet, bring things to the scrapyard, whether it's recycling cans or whatever, so they could maybe, just have some discretionary income coming in, something that they could spend.
Yeah.
And so I guess you've done that to try to help make ends meet.
I used to pick up old air conditioning on the highway, but I can't find no more because everybody's doing it now, and you can't get no more.
Well, let me ask you.
Because everybody's doing it.
Let me ask you, did you ever take one from somebody's house that was still hooked up?
No, man.
Okay.
The only time I've got somebody give it to me.
Yeah,
They told me to come get it, or they bring it to me.
And that's the way it should be.
Besides that, like I said, I can't get no more now because everybody's doing it. It's hard to find anything no more, Mm-hmm. They got so much people doing it.
So why you think people are doing it so much now? Why do you think people are doing this now?
Well, they got some people doing it because they need it, but they got some people doing it because of drug habit and liquor habit, drinking and drugs.
Okay.
They got to have their money for their liquor and their drugs.
All right.
And that's a shame they're doing that, Jason.
Yeah.
Because I heard the poor man that's doing it for a living,
That's right.
And but for stealing like that guy got electrocuted. Don't get me wrong. I don't feel sorry for him. That was wrong what he was doing. I ain't gonna say he deserved to get electrocuted or that, but he should have known better. He shouldn't have did that, because it don't make no sense doing things like that, Jay. They got something out there you could do for money. Or you could walk side that road, pick up cans. You could wash people's car, cut people's grass. You can find something to do out there if you need some money, if you want to work. Ain't no such thing you can't find nothing. Because if you can't find that, you ain't looking.
Okay.
They always got need somebody to cut their grass, wash their car, wash their house, or do something for them. You got a lot of other old people out there that need people to help them,
Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. Hello.
Hello, Jason?
Yes, sir. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, I'm calling about the license. This guy, we don't need any more license by the government or anything.
All right. So you disagree with the caller that proposed that as an option?
Right.
Okay.
But let me tell you what these scrap yards are doing.
Okay.
They have cameras when everybody comes in there. Everybody is filmed, and they have to give a driver's license or an ID, and they know who they are. And I can guarantee you, if you check with the sheriff's department or home with the police department, they'll have tons of arrests made at scrap yards because of the identities.
Definitely.
Now the federal government is cracking down on these people too, and they have went through a rigorous program of beefing up their system because of all of this stuff.
Okay.
Especially with cars. When people would drag cars in there with no titles, they won't take them anymore. You have to have a title for that car.
All right.
Unless it's so many years old. But as far as licensing people, for that kind of stuff, that's never going to happen. You can't regulate honesty and dishonesty.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
It just won't happen. And Jason, did you know something, that the scrap industry in the United States is the 6th largest industry
Wow. Well, I guess it's a necessary industry because you have to put it somewhere, and you can't just let the junk pile up, and hopefully it's recycled into other material.
If recycling stopped tomorrow, the price of goods would go up about 30%.
Yeah.
So that's just my comment.
Thank you very much for the call. We appreciate it.
All right.
We will take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have more phone calls.